Come on.
Marjorie.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
All right. So for me, it's just an interview. Okay. So you can pretty much just tell us what you were sharing over there really quick.
Well, this is a devastating day for America. Georgia is embarrassed and ashamed of this Fulton County DA that's abusing her office to go after and arrest the president, the former president of the United States, which is Joe Biden's top political opponent. And I'll tell you right now, in the state of Georgia, I met with GMA last week. This is a statistic that everyone needs to understand. In the state of Georgia, a child is sold for sex. A child is sold for sex over 7,200 times every single month. But here, this disgrace of an attorney, the Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, is abusing her power to go after and arrest Trump. She's not using her power of prosecution to go after child sex traffickers, go after gang members that are linked to the Mexican cartels. She's not doing this to go after murderers. We have the same murder rate as Chicago. This is an embarrassment. What's your source on all this, Marjorie?
Why are you here?
You're talking about sex trafficking. What's your source?
What's your source?
GMA.
Who's GMA?
Georgia Emergency Management Agency.
Have you had any communication?
A government agency. That is a
Marjorie, have you had any communication with the former president at all today?
Yes, of course. I'm in constant communication with him. I support President Trump. I just came from the Republican debate in Milwaukee last night, landed here this morning. The reason why I'm here is because this is my home state. I was born and raised in the state of Georgia, and I'm here as a Georgian. I'm also here as a member of Congress. We're going to be standing up against the weaponized government, and we're launching an investigation into Fani Willis through the Judiciary Committee, and we go back into session.
Last question about Fani Willis. You know that she did get the approval for the trial date to be moved up. Do you have any comment on that?
My comment to Fani Willis is we're going to make sure that she loses her job.
What do you think she's done wrong? What did she do wrong?
This is called weaponized government.
What does that mean?
The weaponized government is she's using her office for politics.
Okay, so
she's going after Joe Biden's top political opponent.
So you don't think
going
Trump
to win the
made any of
Republican
these?
primary? No, these are fake charges. Why? He's being arrested because he uses freedom of speech. He's not allowed to say what he thinks and feels about his 2020 election. He didn't break the law. Joe Biden broke the law.
Do you have any concerns?
Joe Biden
Do you have any concerns that any of the other 19
over 50 years using people just like you,
not like me,
tens of millions, yes,
like
just
you.
like you.
Not
No,
like
you
me.
probably voted for him. That's
No,
your
I
president.
Do you have any concerns that any of the people that are indicted are going to take any deals in this case?
I don't know. Those are questions for their attorneys, but I think it's shameful. These people are having to pay for attorneys, have to defend themselves. They are having to be the victim of the weaponized government happening here in Georgia, and our state legislature needs to do something about it.
Has the former president asked you to be his running mate, or have you had any conversations with him about that?
The president will pick who he chooses for his running mate. Right now, I'm serving Georgia's 14th congressional district.
Thank you. Still endorse President Trump?
Yeah.
The president's feeling outraged. He's the victim of the weaponized government. This should not be happening. You know, the Democrat Party should be able to run on their own policies, and their policies right now are nearly $4 a gallon gasoline. Their policies right now, they've doubled food prices with inflation. Their policies right now are wide open borders where drugs, over 300 fentanyl deaths every single day in America. Here in our state, over 250% increase in fentanyl deaths. That's Fani Willis, everybody. That's what she's doing. She's not prosecuting these crimes.
Fani Willis is bringing fentanyl into the country.
Yeah, you're saying they're weaponizing the government, but he can just fight this in court if it's bogus
Why
charges.
should he? No, why should he?
Shouldn't every person have their day in court, though?
Why should he even be in court? Why? Because he said my election was stolen? Is that a crime? Hillary Clinton said the same thing. Guess what? Stacey Abrams said the same thing right here in Georgia when she ran for governor. And every single Democrat all came out and said the elections were stolen. The elections were stolen. Did anyone see?
What about Brad Raffensperger, though? Brad Raffensperger, he straight up said that there was no issues in our... what is Brad Raffensperger?
No, I'm sorry. We had to hire an attorney and do a FOIA request because my ex-husband was told that he voted by absentee ballot. You guys look this up. This is in the news. He was told when he showed up to vote in 2020 that he voted by absentee ballot, and he said, no, I didn't. I didn't even request one. And then he had to sign an affidavit to surrender an absentee ballot that he never voted on. And we were accused and called liars for that until we hired an attorney and we had to FOIA the information. And guess what? It turns out it was all true, exactly what he said. So there was fraud in the election, and it's a serious issue. And
So-
I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, you should care about your elections.
Have you spoken with Trump
You say
today?
you've spoken with him. Do you expect to see him?
President Trump will be coming in for this shameful event, and then he'll be leaving. And I don't blame him. I'm sure he'll be ready to go.
What do you think about the debate yesterday? Vivek Ramaswamy.
I thought Vivek did a good job. He actually stood up for America First policies, and he was the only one on the stage that made any sense. The rest of them sounded like George Bush Republicans.
So is Vivek 24 or VP Vivek?
Do you still endorse Trump?
I'm Trump 24. Trump
Right.
24
All right.
all the way.
To his supporters today.
I'm sorry.
Will he speak to his supporters? They're asking if Trump is going to speak to supporters.
VP Vivek.
Yes, I'll be.
He says yes. She says yes.